been fortunate to track down, locate, wrestle Luke Montgomery from Finley, Ohio. And Luke is probably one of the top recruits in the 2023 class. That means he's a junior right now, going into his junior year. He's experienced a lot of success, basketball and football. And we'll talk to him right now. Luke, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, Mr. McAllister?
I'm good. I saw you as an 8th grader, by the way, on video.
Are you? One of my highlight reels.
I told you. Yeah, I told your dad. I said, "Now you're going to be mad at me, but I think you may be a left tackle someday and make a lot of money."
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
But you never know. So football has really been good to you. What's your favorite position?
I really like playing defensive end. I'd rather play defense, but like at the end of the day, I really think it's wherever I go, wherever they need me at, that's what I'll play. Because as long as I'm on the field, that's just having fun in general. So
yeah, you've got such good feet.
Thank you.
And let's talk basketball first. Okay, you started or played a lot as a freshman, Finley High School, good basketball program. How's that going?
It went really well my freshman year. This past year I sat out due to an injury. I had hurt my meniscus a little bit. No surgery or anything, just more precautionary and letting it heal on its own. So I'm just getting back into the things now. And unfortunately, we lost the last game in our district championship. So we're done for the year. But now it's time to focus on our football team. And obviously, Coach Adams is our new coach, and we all love him a lot. So we're just going to start rolling away here as soon as we can.
Real quickly, how does basketball help? How tall are you and how much do you weigh now?
I am 6'5", and then currently 260, 265-ish between there. It obviously helps me maintain my weight, and then just obviously the footwork and the agility and lateral ability to move and just getting up and down the court and jumping and everything. Just that helps on the field a lot.
It really does. Both sides of the ball.
Yes, sir.
And,
yes, sir.
I know some really, really good football or, top football players that played basketball and were pretty good.
Yeah.
If Jim Lachey, that you probably voice of the Buckeyes, or, he works with radio, he was both.
Yeah.
They won 2 state champions. That's a long, long time ago. But he was really good. List goes on.
That's awesome.
Okay, let's talk about. We're done with basketball, and I would quickly, I don't want to get into this stroking you too much. You did play AU basketball, and and we'll talk about that. And you played with some kids that were really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, with that being said, are you going to play AU basketball?
This year, if I get to it, I will. I'm obviously would love to. Just it's going to be hard because we plan to visit a lot of places in June, and on the weekends is going to because I have 3 other younger siblings, and they have stuff going on during the week. And unfortunately, to that extent, we're going to have to pick either one. So I think I'm going to visit more than play basketball this summer. And then I think next summer, I think I will play for sure. But
Okay. Taylor Decker played at Ohio State, and he plays with the Detroit Lions now. He's one of those guys I was talking about. When he was a sophomore, they thought he was too skinny, which didn't make any sense to me. But, I remember, in fact, his basketball coach got mad because he gave up AAU basketball, and I commented about he should.
Yeah.
Anyway, because he wasn't going to make any money playing basketball. Okay, who obvious answers. Who's been a really big influence on you so far?
Obviously my family and my dad, because he's been through the recruiting stuff as well, and he knows what college football is like and just being in college in general. I know when I would play with LeBron's team, AAU team, just LeBron in general, just being there, and he really influenced me a lot. And I mean, it wasn't just like a normal stage playing with that team. Everyone had the eyes on his son and this team, and it was a crazy experience. And you faced a lot of adversity through that. And then obviously Ben Roethlisberger being from Finley, Ohio and stuff. And our families are pretty close. And so sometimes he'll say something to me as well. And then just my coaches in general here at the high school.
Real quick joke about Ben Roethlisberger. He gave me, I've been doing this a long time, as your dad knows. Ben gave me crap once because I only rated him 4th in Ohio that year. And he was giving me he was messing with me. And I said, I'm the only guy that even talked about you playing quarterback. So that's how I got him back.
Awesome.
Obviously, he's done well.
Yes, sir.
What do you see, Luke, you have to work on? What do you have to do to get better?
For me, it's just being able to stay in the weight room and maintain this body weight and just keep getting stronger. And then just keeping obviously my speed ability and my agility ability. That's a huge part of the game now, especially at these positions in the O-line and D-line. And then obviously pad level as well. I definitely need to work on that because I've heard from a couple coaches that if I just stay a little lower coming off the ball, then I'll do a lot more damage. So I'm going to be working on that a lot this summer. And then just technique-wise as well, obviously you can always get better with technique. So.
Right. I agree on all of those. And I think you can bend, you just don't bend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're used to playing guys, not having to do that. And I think that hurts young offensive linemen because they're not used to playing head over guys their size.
Sir. Yeah, exactly.
And you see what I'm saying? And so you don't really I think you can, you just don't do it all the time. But, the biggest thing is obviously feet and getting your hands out on guys. So, and I would say to you, we're joking about a little bit, play defensive end in high school, play in any position. I don't think that's what you're going to be in college, but you're still playing.
Right. And obviously, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Whatever position I play, I'm going to have experience on the other side as well. So that's going to be a huge impact down the road.
And strength is important. And I would tell you, don't graduate over 280.
Yeah, I plan on being. I want to be playing basketball too. So
guys get way too heavy.
Yeah,
and then I tell college coaches that's their job. To make you bigger. That's really good. Okay,
thank you.
Tell me, what's the strength?
Strength. I've always had. I've been blessed with having really good feet. Ever since just playing basketball since in probably kindergarten or so, and I think that's really been an advantage for me. Is just my speed and my footwork, and my IQ in the game is getting better. But I think I'm pretty smart when it comes to those decisions as well. Yeah,
and I think that your focus is good because you're starting to narrow that funnel down to football.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? And you've had a great experience playing baseball and basketball and all that stuff, but that's for what it means coming from me. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Is the classroom a foreign country to you, or do you go into classroom?
I go in the classroom all the time. My family is huge on academics. That's going to be a huge part of where I go. And then after these next 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years of high school, we right now, I think I'm sitting at like a 3.65 or 3.7 out of a 4.0. And obviously, it was usually more my mom that's huge on academics. And it's definitely a huge priority in the household.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I didn't see your dad included in high academics. That's what I was just kidding. You mentioned your mom there. That's good.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, what are you thinking about majoring in?
I have a couple options. Obviously, I have a while as well, but dentistry has always been one that I've been I think has been pretty cool to do. Strength and conditioning and coaching is probably my biggest one out of all of those. I really want to get into coaching when I'm done, and then just even if it was like strength and conditioning and learning like the human body and how to make that better and like gaining muscle mass and stuff.
And that's anymore huge.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Huge. And that's so important.
Yes, sir.
Any in your young career, any top sports moments for you?
Top
something
sports
where you
moment.
just, yeah, anything that you just remember. You can even say, you can mention playing with LeBron's basketball team. That had to be a top sports moment.
Oh yeah, that was, that's gonna be a memory that lasts forever. We're still decently close now. That's just, we're all pretty close together. We'll text something out to each other every once in a while. And obviously, I mean, I think it was like 2.5 years with them, and that was just, it was just awesome. It's an awesome experience. And then I would say like my freshman game, my first varsity game like ever, had a sack in like the first quarter, and that was pretty cool as well. And so yeah.
Good. Okay, now here you go. What do you do when nobody's watching? I got a couple crazy questions coming up.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
It doesn't really faze me whether people are watching or not. You just got to go in and do your work. And
no, I mean, what do you do in your private life?
Like, private life. Okay. Fair enough. I like fishing. I go fishing every once in a while with my friends in the summer. And then obviously I'm pretty social, so I hang with friends a lot. And then we'll go play, like we have pickleball courts here, and we'll play some pickleball or just do some random stuff like that.
Good.
Yes, sir.
But you didn't really answer my question. By yourself when nobody's watching.
By yourself.
That's okay.
Probably just watching TV and stuff, and just maybe, yeah.
Okay. Here's one. If you could trade places with one person for one day, who would it be? You get any choice.
It's a good question. I'm not very sure. I'll have to think about that one.
Okay, let me come back to you, okay? What talent would you like to have that you don't have and probably can't do?
Probably, man, these are really good questions. Talent-wise, what would I like to do?
You got to answer one of them.
Yeah, okay. I know. I'd like to, I think, to be able to like learn stuff off the top of your head and just be like super creative with stuff. Because when it comes to like me on pencil paper, I'm pretty bland with it. So like just to be able to like think of something and have it be like a super great idea, and then be able to like draw it on a paper or something, and like blueprint something. I think that'd be awesome.
Okay. You want that quick thought process, right?
Yeah.
Quick, creative, boom.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Now let's go back to football now. Okay, you're going to be a junior. What will you tell a freshman coming out for football at Finley?
It's your first year. I think you got to experience everything, and obviously everyone's different in every way, and I just think being able to take leadership of your freshman team or whatever team you're on and just coming in there and making an impact would be huge, whether it's obviously playing or just even being on the sidelines and just cheering people on and just bringing energy to the team, I think.
Okay, good. Okay, what is the best thing about football?
I think it's just being able to be with your teammates and bond with everyone every day. That's just not, people take that for granted. I mean, like people say, it's like sometimes it's 4 to 8 years that you only get to play the sport, like with your true friends. And everyone wants to go pro, and that's obviously, you got to have a plan B, because that doesn't always happen. And so once football is gone, you got to find your real thing in life and like find who you are, because that's a huge part of your life for 16, 18 years.
Right.
You've been playing that long, and then after that it's gone. So yeah.
Well, that's really good. That's really good, Luke. Tell me, okay, recruiting's crazy, and I don't talk much about it to all these people, because that's the experts at 24/7 and all those they're the experts. Bill Green. So, but tell me, what would you tell us? I can't even think right now. Tell your brother. You got your brother. What do you tell your brother about recruiting? He's an eighth grader, I know, but what do you tell him?
Yeah. It might come quicker than you expect, and then it might not be as quick. You might be a late bloomer. It just depends. Obviously they're going to look for film. Like, obviously they always say, if you're getting recruited, you're obviously a great player on the field, but exactly. if you're gonna be, let's like offered or something, you know, they gotta see something else besides that. You gotta be off the field, a great leader, and just have great energy. And it's obviously it's a job, like people say, you know, that's what you do in college. They pay you to be able to play, and then you get academics for it. So I think just being a leader, bringing energy to the team every day, and just working hard and just keeping your head in its honest will.
You have a tough situation coming up. Really. I mean, you know, you're going to be pulled a lot of different ways, and you're going to hear every car salesman pitch in the business. They're going to, you know, you're going to, if you haven't already. And I think one of the biggest things is you're going to, I would think you do, because your mother, maybe your dad won't, but your mom will keep you under control. And I'm joking with your dad. But I think learning to handle all that stuff is huge.
Yes, sir.
And don't, you know, because, you know, I've seen guys, I won't mention names, but a guy went to Clemson a couple of years ago, and he really had trouble his senior year. I mean, he wasn't very good. And, but, you know, he's finally got the recruiting and the all-star games and all that stuff really got to him. Okay, I think time goes so fast. I'm watching the clock, and I've really enjoyed this.
Yes, sir. Me too.
One more question. Who do you look up into? And then you don't have to answer. He's just one of the three. Okay, the crazy questions. Do you look up to any pro or college athlete right now? I mean, I know you talked about Ben, and that's the closeness of families, but do you look up to, you watch TV ever and go, you know, I kind of like what he does. Is there anybody?
Yeah, you know, our families are pretty close, and Paris Johnson, I first met him at Ohio State one year. His senior year is my freshman year. I went on a visit. I mean, we talked for a while, and we still stay in touch. And I know Mrs. Johnson and my mom and dad, they talk a decent amount because obviously he's been through this process, and I think he's done a really good job. And, like, his maturity level is on point, obviously. And I think he's going to do really good things this year. And obviously he's a good Christian kid. And he's got a bright future. And I think he's really helped out his community and stuff. And I think I look up to him at the most.
Well, I enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. McAllister.
Got a phone call coming up at 4:45, and I enjoy you, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Excited. And, you know, like I said, the future is so bright for you.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.